Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the second chapter of your class 8 science book, that is microorganisms. Microorganisms. Micro means small or tiny. Organism means any living structure. Friends and foe. You know well what do you mean by friend? Means dost. Foe means dushman. माने फ्रेंड सांग फो शत्रु किंतु ये सांग शत्रु नुहे ये हूँ फ्रेंड मीन्स बेनिफिशियल एक्टिविटीज ऑफ द माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स एंड फो मीन्स द हार्मफुल एक्टिविटीज ऑफ द माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स. So we have seen several kinds of organisms in our surroundings. However, there are some organisms which cannot be seen with the naked eyes. In our surrounding, we have seen so many plants, animals, etc. But there are some organisms also, living organisms, which are very small in structure, by which we cannot see it in the naked eye, but can be seen only through microscope. And these organisms are called microorganisms. Do you know what is microscope? Microscope is an instrument which is used for watching extreme fine particles, means tiny particles. The particles which cannot be seen in our naked eyes can be seen through microscope. In microscope, the particle size magnifies, by which it looks big, by magnifying them several times. In 1676, Anton van Leeuwenhoek observed water closely and surprised to see tiny organisms in it. This was the first microorganisms. That microorganism was a bacteria observed by man. That is why Anton van Leeuwenhoek is known as the father of microbiology. Do you know what is microbiology? Microbiology means the study of microorganisms. Microbiology actually was not a branch of biology by 1970, because that bacteria, algae and fungi were coming under lower plants and protozoa coming under lower animals. So do you know microbiology is the study of microorganisms, those being unicellular, multicellular or acellular. What is unicellular? Unicellular means single cell, multicellular means more than one cell, and acellular means no cell. And these microorganisms are measured by an unit, that is micron. 1 micron is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 meter. That means 1 by 10 to the power 6 meter. Types of microorganisms. Microorganisms are classified into 4 major groups: algae, fungi, bacteria and protozoa. We will study details about what is algae. Simple plant-like organisms. That means algae having certain resemblance with plants. Eukaryotic in nature. Do you know what is eukaryotic? Eukaryotic means nucleus with nuclear membrane. Cell has a nucleus, and that nucleus having a membrane. Those nucleus having membranes, they are called eukaryotic cells. Also, advanced organisms as compared to prokaryotes. Algae contains chlorophyll. You know chlorophyll in your previous class. Chlorophyll helps in the process of photosynthesis. So though our algae contains chlorophyll, it is autotrophic in nature. That means it can prepare its own food. And algae can be unicellular or multicellular. It may be single celled or more than one cell. Lack true stem, roots, leaves, etc. Generally, plants having stems, roots, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. But though algae is plant-like organisms, you cannot identify the stems, roots, and leaves because it is very tiny. Usually aquatic in nature, yes, it is generally present in water, cell wall present. Plant cells having a cell wall, which is not found in case of animal cells. Though it is a plant, it's having a cell wall also. What are the examples of algae? Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. These are two examples of algae. There are lot many examples of algae and there are lot many varieties of algae also. But here we have given two examples, that is Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. You see the figure of Chlamydomonas, the label diagram of Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. Sometimes in your exam question comes, draw the label diagram of Chlamydomonas or Spirogyra or label diagram of an algae. In that case you can draw the diagram. Now we will study about fungi. Fungi are plant-like organisms but do not contain chlorophyll. Though fungi do not contain chlorophyll, they are not autotrophic automatically, they are heterotrophic in nature. So, can be heterotrophic, saprophytic and parasitic. Saprophytic means it depends on dead and decaying bodies for their food, and parasitic means it depends on living bodies. Generally multicellular except yeast. Yeast is unicellular. All other fungi are multicellular. Found in warm and moist places, eukaryotic in nature, cell wall present. As like algae, this is also eukaryotic in nature. That means it is having definitely nuclear membrane and cell wall also present. Example is the bread mold and penicillium. ସେମାନେ ଦେଖିଥିବ ସବୁ ବ୍ରେଡ଼କୁ କିଛି ସମୟ ରଖିଦେଲେ ଟିକେ ପାଣି ପକାଇକିରି ରଖିଦେବ ବି, ସେମିତି ରଖିଦେଲେ ବି ମଏଶ୍ଚର କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟରେ ଆସିକିରି ସେ 2-3 ଦିନ ପରେ ଦେଖିବ ତା ଦେହରେ ସବୁ ଗ୍ରୀନିଶ୍ କଲର୍, ବ୍ରାଉନିଶ୍ ଗ୍ରୀନ୍ କଲର୍ ଟାଇପ୍ର ହୋଇଯାଇଥିବ, ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ହେଉଛି ମୋଲ୍ଡ. Then bacteria. Bacteria are mostly single-celled organisms. It is unicellular generally. They live together in colonies. Good khande bacteria ekhathi ruhandi so. They are found in 4 different shapes. One is rod shaped, which is known as bacilli. Then another is round or spherical, which is otherwise known as cocci, rounded, goal देखिबाकू, bacilli, rod भलिया देखिबाकू. Comma shaped, this is known as vibrio. Spiral shaped, this is also otherwise known as spirilla. Some are aerobic and some are anaerobic. Aerobic means these bacteria can live in presence of air, and anaerobic means it can live without air, in absence of air. Prokaryotic in nature, cell wall present. Cell wall is present, so this comes under plant categories, but prokaryotic means primitive type of organisms having no nuclear membrane. That's why it is known as prokaryotic in nature. Then protozoa. Protozoa is a unicellular organism. As like bacteria, this is also unicellular. That means it is made up of single cell only, similar to animals. Prior to this, we have discussed that bacteria, algae and fungi are coming under plant group and protozoa is coming under animal group. So these are primitive animals, mostly aquatic and heterotrophic in nature, though it does not contain chlorophyll, so it depends on other organisms for their food, so it is heterotrophic in nature and mostly aquatic. Generally it is found in water. Eukaryotic, having no cell wall, though this is plant-like structure, so it does not contain cell wall, it only contains cell membrane, but eukaryotic in nature. This is not primitive type. They may be free living or parasitic. Parasitic, in fungi, they depends on other host for their food. Sometimes it may be free living. Body shape may be oval, spherical or irregular, used for research purpose, evolution. Examples are amoeba and paramecium. What is amoeba? Amoeba is a single-celled protozoa, and paramecium is also single-celled. Now we'll study about viruses. What are viruses? Viruses are the smallest of all microorganisms. Can only be seen with electron microscope. Do you know what is electron microscope? It is a high magnified microscope. Viruses are infectious agents with both living and non-living characteristics. When viruses are inside the host cell, they are living. When they are outside the host cell, they act as non-living. They can reproduce only in living host cells. Yes, they consist of nucleic acid covered with protein cells. There is a protein coat around the nucleic acid present inside it. They are subcellular microorganisms. That means they contain no cytoplasm or cellular organelles. They are used in research purposes for evolution. They can infect animals, plants and even other microorganisms. Viruses can infect animals, they can also infect plants, they can also even infect other microorganisms. When viruses that infect bacteria, they are known as bacteriophages. When they infect fungi, then they are known as mycophages. When they infect virus, they are known as virophages. Viruses that infect bacteria only are known as bacteriophages. Viruses that infect fungi only are known as mycophages. And viruses that infect virus only are known as virophages.